Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, hump day. Woot, woot, woot. Anyway,
Woot, woot.
yep, somebody's got to do it. We might as well woot, 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 right?
Right.
Anyway, we're here with the morning kickstart right here on the Resilience Talk Network. I'm Brad Neufeld,
And I'm Jay Walther.
and we're here to bring you your fun fact for the day as well as your resilience tip. But we're going to start it out with our motivational quote. I'll turn it over to Jay.
All right. Today's quote is from Yuri Kuchiyama. He says, "Life is not what you alone make of it. Life is the input of everyone who has touched your life and every experience that's entered it. We are all part of one another." And we've talked about this before. You're not self-making anything yourself. It's all the experiences you have with other people. It's the experiences you have in this world. As you touch lives, as other people touch your life, we're all part of this together. And that's how we build each other up. We build ourselves up. We become the person we want to be by interacting.
Absolutely. We need relationships, don't we, Jay?
Right, we do.
Yep.
Yeah,
How many times have we preached that? People need people. And we're going to get into that. Maybe we'll talk about relationships a little bit next week, just to plant a little seed there.
Okay.
But we can do that because relationships, this is one thing I know about them. They are the greatest thing on this planet, our relationships, but they can also be the things that rip our heart out the most. It's like you've got, they can be both extremes. And so anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit next week. Anyway, great quote today. Let's talk about this. This is something that people don't really like to talk about, but procrastination. Sometimes that's a 4-letter word.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to figure out how to make it into a 4-letter word. But anyway, but people come to me all the time and say, Brad, I am just such a procrastinator. Well, that all of a sudden throws it into that category, something that we talked about a while ago, that the words we use, the things that we say about ourselves aren't necessarily true. It's just something that we have come to believe. But here is the reality. There is no such thing as a procrastinator. Okay. Now all of you are going, oh, Brad, you're full of it. I'm going to turn it off now. Don't turn it off. You'll want to hear this. All right. The thing about the procrastination thing is there's a reason we procrastinate. Okay. And if you understand the reason that you procrastinate, it makes it a lot easier to conquer. Okay. So let me give you the top 4 things that cause procrastination. Okay. Number 1 is that you have no desire to do the task at hand. Think about that. Are you really a procrastinator, or do you just not want to clean the toilet? I don't like it, but guess what?
I don't like it.
But guess what? I can't stand a stinky bathroom either. So that's what drives me to action. Okay. Yeah. At some point, you will become motivated to do it. But, that's after, a while of, but anyway, bottom line, you just don't want to do it. And if it's something that you don't want to do, that only makes sense. Okay. So now it's a matter of figuring out, okay, how can I bring myself to do this quicker and easier? What's a better way I can do it? Or can I bring somebody else in and have them help me with it, whatever it is, whatever the task is. So as we talk about success a lot on these morning kickstarts, if something's stopping you from having success, don't say you're a procrastinator. Bottom line, do you want to do what it takes to become successful? And if the answer is no, then let it be no. If you're happy working a 9-to-5 job, be okay with it. And you'll remove a lot of your stress. Boom, just like that. Be happy where you're at. Okay. However, if there's something inside of you that's saying, no, I want more, but the reason I'm procrastinating is because there's this big old wall of fear in front of me. Now we've got something that can be overcome. And we're going to talk about that in tomorrow's show, how to overcome these fears. Okay. And I'll show you just some ways that you can start chipping away at that. Okay. Now, the number 2 reason why we procrastinate is because we're afraid of not getting what we want. So therefore, no action is taken. You can also lump this in as a fear of failure. Okay. But what it is that we think, oh man, what if I put all this time and effort into this and it doesn't work out? And then what? Then I'm going to lose all this money. I'm going to lose all this time. I'm going to lose all these things. Where the reality is guess what? You don't know until you give it a shot.
Yeah.
You don't. I mean, that's the reality. But here's one thing that's for certain: if you never put yourself out there, nothing will happen. That's for sure. Okay, but let me give you a little tip on this. Say in your mind that no matter what happens, I will learn some valuable things that will help me for the rest of my life, because that's a truth. That's a truth. No matter what you do, when you go after something that you feel like you want, one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to get the thing that you want, or you're going to learn something that doesn't work. That's it. That's it. But you can always change until you figure out what it is that does work. Okay, number 3 is fear of getting what you want. Like I say, I have people question me on this all the time. Oh, Brad, how can that be? How can I be afraid of getting what I want? You'd be surprised. That actually holds more people back, because with change comes kind of this uneasiness that maybe if things change, then I'm going to lose everything that I do have. And some of us, I mean, think about it. Go back to the crabs in a bucket that we talked about a long time ago. When we're out there doing what we need to do to be successful, and we have our peers telling us, you can't do that. You've never done anything like that. Who says you have that talent? That eats at you. And a lot of people don't like that. So therefore, they stop themselves. They self-sabotage. We can talk about that one day too. They self-sabotage, okay? And they do things to prevent themselves from doing it. Anyway, there's just a lot we could get into there. However, just keep this in mind. If you have these thoughts going through your mind as you're on your way to success, that, well, what if I get there and everything's changed and my family doesn't like me anymore, or I lose friends along the way? I guess I just better not do anything. If you have those kind of thoughts, then that's what it is that's slowing you down. It's that you have a fear of not getting what you want, or actually getting what you want, forgive me, of getting what you want. Where again, the reality of it is, guess what? You might lose a few friends in the meantime, but guess what? They're going to come back after you become successful. That's one thing I can promise you. Okay?
Or you'll get better friends.
Or you'll get better friends. One of the two things. All right. And finally, drum roll, please.
Okay.
All right. The 4th reason why people procrastinate, I call it multi-excusing. Okay. The fact is that most gym memberships, they get the majority of their gym memberships in January. Why? New Year's resolutions. And also just before the summer starts, because there's a lot of stuff going, oh, the weather's getting better. Do you want that bikini body and all? Ooh, don't imagine that with Speedo on the beach. Never mind. But anyway, but you hear these kind of things, and that puts a lot of pressure on. Oh, man, I better get out there and get my summer body so I can get out there and take my shirt off or whatever. But those are 2 motivating times for people to get gym memberships. However, here's what happens, and here's where the multi-excusing come in. Think about it. You may be guilty of this as well. Let's say you start out January 1st and you go to the gym, you've got all this inspiration, and you say, I'm doing this. Nothing's going to stop me this time. So you go to the gym and you work out and you feel great and you think, oh, that was wonderful. But then day 2 comes. It's, oh
man, am I sore.
What am I doing? Maybe I did too much today. Notice all of the excuses that are coming into your mind here. Okay. Oh my gosh, look outside. Oh, it's snowing. We're in Utah, so we can say that. It's snowing. And so therefore, then I got to get out there. I got to get my shoes all wet. I got to scrape off the car. And then I'm going to get all the way down there, and the parking lot's going to be messy. And then my shoes are going to get wet. Tell me to stop making excuses now. Then I'm going to go in there and my feet are going to be all raw because my feet are wet and all this other stuff. And maybe I just better hit the snooze bar and go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Does that ever happen to you, Jay, or is it just me?
Yeah.
Okay. It happens to all of us, but I call that multi-excusing. The fastest way to get rid of the multi-excusing is to narrow it down to one thing. And your job is to get to the gym. Okay. Get to the gym. Take all the other things out. You'll find it'll make it a lot easier. And here's a study that I read a number of years ago. They did a study where they had people get up in the morning and go down to the gym. And all they did was go to the gym, sit in the lobby, and read magazines. The average weight loss for a 6-month period was 30 pounds per person, average weight loss. All they did was get up and go to the gym. They didn't even work out.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
They did something different. They did something different, and that just shook up all the other things that they did during the day.
A little bit, and yeah.
Yep. So it's a matter of taking action. So again, that's the fastest way I can give you to get rid of that multi-excusing. Because if you've got all those thoughts in your head, oh, maybe I should, the reality is to stop and say, no, I just need to get to the gym. You'll figure it out once you get there. Okay. And that applies with everything in your life, something you don't want to do. And so therefore, congratulate yourself. Do the Brad salute. This is what I say. You take your hand and put your hand over your shoulder, pat yourself on the back and say, I am awesome. Do that today. You are no longer a procrastinator. There's just a reason you don't want to do something, and that's okay. All right. But look at it in those directions. Take those 4 things there. And if you can decide which one of those it is that's stopping you, it's very easy to overcome. So anyway, Jay, take off our fun fact. Take it off. We'll take off.
Okay.
Yeah, our fun fact for the day. Take it away.
Okay. Now, today's fun fact, I want to warn you, it could be dangerous if you do this while you're walking. It's National Look Up at the Sky Day. So you can do this at home. I encourage you to do this at home and, make sure you know what's around you while you're looking up at the sky. So on April 14th, we have National Look Up at the Sky Day, and we have some interesting moments in history. The aurora lights are a wonderful way to look up at the sky and a perfect way to celebrate. We often rush through our weekday, hoping the weekend will come quickly, and then rush through the weekends before dreading its end. When was the last time you stopped and looked up at the sky?
It's been a while. Now that you're saying that.
Did you know that a cloud can weigh approximately 1.1 million pounds?
A cloud?
A cloud. Or that the color of a star depends on its temperature.
Wow.
So the sky is a fascinating place, yet we hardly even notice it. It's just there. It's always blue or it's always cloudy. But think about the things. You want to become an expert on the sky? Read a few facts about how come a cloud weighs so much.
Yeah.
What color is a star? What temperature is a star, depending on its color? We got from reds to yellows to whites and blue, all those things in between. There's some amazing amount of facts and what causes the aurora borealis. All those things you can go and you can learn about and add a little knowledge to your day and go from there. So
absolutely. Okay. Look up at the sky day. I will take advantage of this because that just sounds fun. Cause I just know that when I was younger, that was one of the things that brought me peace was just to stop for a minute, look up at the sky. But I feel like I've stopped doing that.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite things about camping is laying out under the stars and looking the Milky Way and all the things you can see. That this world around us is an amazing place, and we really just need to slow down and take a chance, take some time, smell the roses, look up at the sky, watch the birds, play with your kids, all those things. Just slow down a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take some time to really enjoy your life.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you, Jay. Another great morning kickstart for Wednesday. Again, everybody take advantage of that. Get out, look at the sky, get your vitamin D, let the sun shine on your face. Unless you have a skin condition, follow what your doctor says. So I guess I better throw that in there.
Yeah.
But this is the morning kickstarts. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, please either like or subscribe to our channel. And also what you'll want to be looking out for is where all of these are being digitized into audio format only. And you'll be able to find these at your favorite podcasting sites. It's already on Podbean. And so podbean.com, you can easily download their player, and you can hear all of these in your car every day. So take us with you wherever you go. But anyway, a lot of fun, wonderful stuff is happening, and we'll keep you posted on what those things are. But anyway, until tomorrow, go for it, man. Make it happen.
Have a good day.